Okay, looks like we are live. Hello! Happy Silk Song release day, everyone! I'm not playing Silk Song today, though. I actually just really wanted to finish 0Player before I started playing other games, so I was like, when will I go back to stream the rest of 0Player? And then I thought about it, I was like, well, a Silk Song's coming out. I don't know if I'm actually going to. I don't know if I'm actually going to want to play 0Player again after that. So yeah. Hey, welcome, Cube. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, last time we were playing 0Player. We got to like this orange section. Oh, you're one of the 0Player devs. Can't stick around for long. Happy to be here. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, we're back with the with the royalty-free jazz music as well. Yeah, I'm super curious to know how the rest of this section's going to go. So yeah, we'll just hop right into things here. Actually, I kind of want. I'll go 75. That seemed pretty good last time. So where were we? We were like somewhere over here, I think. This is like a bonus puzzle. Okay, I just solved this. We have like a loop of power here. And I think like the gimmick here was you move like one of these blocks and it kind of pushes around other blocks. So I guess what I want to do is probably move these two blocks up here first, I think. I don't think I can do anything with this or this yet. Yeah, I'm probably going to want to start with these two up there. So we get power in this loop. But we can't actually keep that because we can only move one piece at a time. I can move this to the left though, and that'll give us power here. Okay. That's interesting. So what can I do with this? Let me move this here. Actually no, these can only move up and down. These are too tall. What do I do about that? I can move this one down here, and then it will have like a connector this way. That means if I can get power over here with like this piece, then I guess I could totally get that here. Oh, I think I'm missing something. Okay, I see. So if I get power to this part, there's a little loop here that I could create. Yeah, okay. So I do want to move everything over to the left. So I'm going to take this right piece. We're going to move that to the left once. And that's going to give us power to this whole area. I'm going to move this piece down. It's a little bit. So now we have power in this loop. And so this will be powered here if I want that. I could move these down. Ooh, okay, I think I see what I need to do. So I don't think I want to move both of these in here because that doesn't really do a whole lot for us. Like this can never go low enough for this piece to connect to it. So what I think we actually want is to move each of these individually. I'm gonna move this piece first. It's gonna come down here like so. And then I think I want to move this. So we have another loop of power just here. That. And then we'll move this one back up. And then I think we want to move this over. Maybe I wanted both of these first. I think we're going to want this here. Because we want the loop. But I can keep the power in this area by just moving this back down. Yeah, so if I do this, then I can safely move this one back up. Alright. That's good. We can move you through, like so. I can move you back up. I'll push this through. And oh wait, I think I messed up because now I've broken the loops. Where did I mess up? I messed up here. Okay, we want to move this back down. Okay, yeah, so you go there. And then I move this back up to let you through. There we go, now we're cooking. Yeah, now I can take the right piece here. And I can move everything over to the left. And we have power here. I'm gonna mark that off. Give it a slightly bigger brush size. We have power in this little loop. So that should let me go through here. Where we have these pieces. Okay, so these are probably just like pushers, I think. Okay, so this is like a loop here, and we use these pieces as like multi-push sliders. So I think... Ooh, wait. So the first thing I want to do is get power here, I think, because this is one of our major goals. I need to rearrange this so that I actually get... I want power to come through the lower left of this shape. So how is that going to work? I think we can swap like maybe this piece with like this piece, maybe? Like we could do something like this. Let me just do that right now. Move that there. This piece... Actually, maybe this piece can go above. And this piece can go in the lower right, because this one has a connection to the right. So we'll just move this around. So... Oh wait, but now I don't have a connection that goes this way. Okay, I never thought about this. Can I just connect this like all the way across? Is there enough? No, there's only 4 pieces, and I need at least, like, 6 or something. How am I gonna move... I'm gonna move this over here, though. Do I have to move it up here first? Maybe this is part of it. This might be important. I don't know if that's easier, or if it's possible to get from here to here. But they need to be able to hold an actual loop here. I don't know if there is a way to do that. If I put this down here, and this down here, that's not going to be enough. Because this one's pointing upwards. I think... There's gotta be another way to keep it in a loop, though, I think. I'm just not thinking of it at the moment. But I want this to be... well, either of these pieces could be in the lower left, but I think that it has to be this one, because we're probably not going to be able to form a square without that. Maybe if this is the lower right. Yeah, if this one's the lower right, then I think we're fine. I'm gonna move this here. Yeah, there we go. This is how you get the square. put this in the top right. And then you go here. Okay, so this is the shape that we want to get power over here. Obviously, this is kind of in the way. So what I'm going to do is take this piece. We're going to slide it around like this. I think we're going to push the entire thing to the right. Get this guy out of the way. Oops, don't want to do that. I'll move you over here. And then I think we get you out of the way. I'll just tuck you, let's just tuck you into this nicely shaped alcove. It seems very convenient for you. And then we'll come around here. And I think we want to do like a big multi-push to the south. And now we have power in this loop. So now we need to keep these stuck together, which is why I think that little alcove exists. We want to move you back around here. Now we can shove everything to the north. Like so. And then you get slid to the right, or sorry, to the left. Like that. You need to get out of the way. I'll just move you over here for now. You can move somewhere down here. You know what, this is fine. You can stay in the corner. You're gonna go up here. And we can shove the entire thing down. Alright. There we go. Now we should have power to this thing. So this heart is presumably lit up, I think. Okay, so now we have to reform the entire shape if we want to get power up here. I don't know if that's really relevant right now, though. Maybe I'll come back to this later, because I don't really understand what this is all for yet. Like, I see this. I'm not really sure what to do about this. Maybe I'll think about this, but we'll come back to this one later. But yeah, for now, I think we're gonna have to move everything around to get power from here to here. Actually, maybe we should do that now before I forget how this puzzle worked. I'm gonna move you. You can go back into this little alcove. Move you out of the way. Actually, I think we want you down here, probably. Yeah, we're gonna move you down here. And then all of this stuff has to come back out of here. We're gonna move them all one by one out of here, so we don't have power anymore. I'm gonna just move into like the center, maybe, or... Yeah, we'll just put it here for now. And we'll just move the pieces as I think I need to. So how did this look before? I think this was in like the top left. Well, we definitely need this one in the top left now. So I'll put that one in its place. You're gonna go here. And you will go here, I think? Oh wait, I need power first though. Okay, don't want to do that. I think we want to move you to here, probably? I was going to move it to like the lower, or no, top left. It was going to be top left, but we need the whole square up here, I think. So this goes here. I think you have to go into the lower right. We're gonna move you here. And these two pieces are just gonna go into the lower left and lower right. You go here, and you will go up there. Now we can shove this upward with power to here. You can be used to shove all of this to the left. Grab you, push you over here. And then you can be used to push this to the north, like so. There we go. Okay, so now we have power here. I'll mark this one off as well. I'm gonna save. I don't want to lose my progress here. Yeah, and then we have this. So we need to get this over to here. We got like this piece. This is the only piece that'll let us get that there. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Because this piece can never move relative to like these pieces. Like, we can't swap this with any of these other pieces. So we need to create something that actually lets us shove all of these pieces up with us to keep power here. Because this is the only way to get power into this region. So how are we going to do that? I think we want like the small pieces on the bottom, like here, here, and then, or actually maybe, maybe we want a wide piece down here, like maybe right in the middle. This wide piece can sit up, well, the wide piece has to sit in the middle. And we have to have this piece here and this piece here. Interesting. Okay, why don't I just move those into place? I think that's where those have to go. I don't think I have a choice on either of those. You go there. You go here. And you will go here. And to the left. And there we go. I'm gonna move this piece to support this, I think. Okay, I see. We need to have one of these small pieces supporting this piece. I guess this large piece is enough to support this and this. This can stay in the bottom, but this one will have to go in the middle here, I think. Yeah, specifically there. I'll move you up to here. You will go up to here. And you're going to go... Ooh. We're not gonna shrink that piece, no. Slide this over to the right. Actually, we don't need to move this piece at all. This piece can just stay where it was. Now we can just take this big piece and then we'll shove everything up with us. Like so. Alright, now we have power in this area. Alright. So now that I have power here, this loop has power. I'm not really sure what to do with that. I assume that this is going to open this door and let these pieces through. Like, I see that there's this this wire going to this door. So if I can open the door, that'll probably let the wide piece through. So I guess I would have to somehow get power from here down to here, but going upwards. I'm kind of curious to know how that works, though, because I don't know if I can do this. I'm also not really sure what my goal is. I guess it would be to get one of these pieces like this one down here and powering whatever this black space is. That would be my best guess. But maybe... I actually don't know how this is gonna work, because... yeah, this is in the way. I mean, I guess I could stack this under this? It's the only other thing I can think of. Well, then we don't have a loop. If we don't have a loop, then that doesn't really help us. So how does this work? Do I have to, like, how do I get power to this at all? Like, don't I have to get something down here? Or does it not work that way? I guess if you can put a block here and it gives power to this wall, I guess we can maybe use this to put power into this wall? Potentially? Assuming that I can actually get down there, though. So maybe the goal is to push this down, like, here? If I do that, what does that look like? Well, if I push it here, that's not going to be enough. If I push it here... I think that puts power in this line. Is that enough, though? I mean, it's not going to create a loop. Oh, but if I move that... okay, I think I see what's going on. If I move this, there's still like a corner wire going through here. And so... okay, that wouldn't give us a power loop though. So I guess we gotta shove it all the way down here. Oh yeah, if we shove it all the way down to here, then this will be powered, which then opens this gate. So then we can proceed. I'm assuming that we can't unpower this, otherwise we're going to just close the door again, though. So like here, we've got power to this. And then what? Like, I guess I could keep pushing this south. I don't see why not. So if I keep pushing this south, we still have power. We still have power. So the door is still open. The door is still open. The door is still open here. But I really would like to be able to put this here to power all of that. Which I don't know if I can do. Because if I do this, then I lose power. So was there another move I could have made somewhere else? Hey, welcome! Hello, Adam. Trying to figure out what to do here. So I have power in this loop. I think I can move this piece down here. And then if this piece was in between, I could get power from like here to there. That would maybe work. Or wait, what did this look like when I started? It looked like this. So I know I can just move this entire chunk by selecting this piece and pushing all of these pieces south. And I know I have power in this loop. I don't really know how to proceed from there. I also don't really know why I'm trying to get power to this wall. I assume that that's what I want to do, though, because otherwise, like, what else is the point of all of this? Like, is there another way to get power in a loop? I guess... Not really. I can't really move pieces around this piece, though. I'm very limited in what I can do. I can, like, move this piece here, but that doesn't really do much. Yeah, actually, kind of the part of the problem is I can't move these pieces out of the way or anything. I can swap them. But I think that's, like, all I can realistically do here. I'll have power running through this thing. I mean, I know I can get it all the way down here just fine. I have a feeling like this wire is important for something, though. Like, if I have this wire here powered, I can probably... I can feed energy through this block, I guess. But only if that's in a loop, which I can't create at that point. I think I might be stuck here. Maybe I'll come back to this one. I don't know. This one seems a little bit tricky to reason about. Let me go to another area. Let's hop back to like the 25% view. Yeah. So if you want to know what this is, Adam, this is a game that's not really a video game. It's it's actually a PNG image. But it has game-like rules, and you can like see at the lower left, they actually tell you what the rules are. So if we just zoom in a little bit here. Oops. Yeah, the game tells you that you can like select a piece, and then you can like slide it around. The blue area got a big rework in the most recent patch. Doesn't change any rules, just makes things clear. Okay. I actually got a recommendation to try the red area next. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do right now. So I'm just going to hop back up to 50% here. Yeah, this is really cool. So let's see. This is where the power is in the main hub right now. I think I'm going to have to do this first to get power to the red area, which is, I think, here. If I move this piece over to the left, then we get power flowing from here to here. Then we get power up there. I don't really know what purple means yet. Very curious to know what that's going to entail. We get power into this little loop. Okay, so we have power in the little loop. I don't think that's ever going to turn off, because it's just in this little loop now. So I think we can just freely move this around. Yeah, so I can move it around these walls. These don't seem to have, like, wires that go to these gates. So I guess, yeah, that just lets me move the power source there. I'll mark that. We have power here. So this opens this gate. That lets the power run through this wire. And now we have power in both of these wires. Let's see. Oh, I just realized what that means by the blue area getting a rework. It just hit me. I'm wondering if I have the latest version of this or if this is outdated. Well, maybe I'll check for a patch later. We'll see. But yeah, I need to move this piece around. This is outdated? Okay. I'll try and download the latest version later. Oh yes, well, I'm already kind of partway through this one. I'm gonna lose all my edits. Okay, maybe we'll just try and finish it on this version and then see what the differences are later. So, what do I want to do here, though? I have these two gates. This thing is perpetually powered. Yeah, I guess I should pre-plan before I start moving stuff around. Oh, wow. This is a lot of doors. Can I move this down here? To here? Oh, there's kind of a lot going on here. Wait a minute. Oh, there's like dependencies too, I think. Like these are... I don't think I'm just doing this sequentially anymore. Because, yeah, I need to like open this and this and this if I want to get down here. But do I want to get down there? That opens this gate. Wait, how does... Oh... Okay, this doesn't go anywhere. So I could move this to the right. Or... Wait, why would I ever want to open this? What's the point of this? So I could move this to the right, and I think that's it. And this doesn't go anywhere. Do I care about this at all? I actually don't know what's going on there. Maybe I want to move this piece like up here. So if I do that, that would power this. That would let me go through here, and then I would get stuck. Okay, I think I might be missing something. There's definitely another mechanic afoot here. Okay, what did the hub area look like? It looked like this. So I had this little piece. I was able to power it, and then I was able to move it around these gates. I don't know what these are for. Like, if I have power going to one of these boxes like this, there's like an explicit wire connecting to it, then that allows me to lower the gate. I don't really see how I'm supposed to do anything here. Maybe this was a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have come here first. Is there something I can do? I think I can get power here. Okay, so this is powered right now. Oh, this is strange. What is happening? Why would I want power here? This is already open. Power's going from here through the rest of this. How does this even work? Okay, there's also this purple zone. You can try the purple zone. Maybe purple zone will be easier. Because that was before red, I think. Okay, purple zone looks like this. Okay, so this is powered. We could move these pieces here. Actually, I can't really move these pieces much of anywhere because they don't really go. Unless these can be rotated. Is this like a rotation mechanic? Maybe these pieces can be rotated. Because how else are you gonna get anything around, like, these corners? This might be time for the hint pull there. What can I do with this piece? I can move it like here. And then what? I guess these are powered. If these are powered, I think that means that I should be able to go through? Not really sure what that does for me though. Like I can get power into the tips of this purple block, but I don't really know where to go from there. I really feel like there's some kind of like rotation mechanic though that lets me like squeeze these pieces like around these bends. But I don't really know how else I can get these pieces where they need to go. Like this little area is a little bit too tight to just like slide blocks through. Where do I even begin? This looks maybe more doable than the other area, but I'm not sure. Okay, so this is our ultimate goal. We want to get power to here. And we have power here. Oh, but wait, if we... Okay, if we can get one of these two blocks over here, that would be fine. That would get us power where we need it. Okay, I think I see what's going on. Yeah, this is actually 3D, I just realized. You can actually see these gates are raised when they're powered, which is what's letting the power flow through here. So this one's actually off of the ground. This one is on the ground. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's a lot clearer for me now. That's why this is allowed to go through there. So I can actually move this piece through this gate to this section. I think if I do that though, I cut off... I might cut off the power here. I need to get power here, which I can do... Ow? Maybe by getting one of these pieces over there. Okay, so if I power this... Okay, yeah, if I power this, this door will raise, which will give us power through here, which will then raise this, which lets me put this through here. That seems a little bit too trivial, though. I feel like I'm misunderstanding something. Because then, couldn't I just like move these two pieces? Like, I move this one here and then I could move... well, actually, hang on. Okay, so we need something... okay, we don't have enough power sources for this. I see. So if I move this here, that opens this, then this one will open this, but we don't have a piece to spare to move through here. Got it. So you can move through here... Actually, you can't move through here because this needs to be on in order to power this. Okay, so this is like a... sort of like an and. You have to make sure that both of these are on in order to get through this area. Okay, I see. And same with here. If this isn't on, then I can't get through here. Is there anything else I can do? I can move this. I can slide this around. I don't think there's any, like, rotation happening here. This might be a mechanic to do with these doors, though. Like, if I put this here... that'll be fine. It'll still power that. If I slide... like, let's say I slide this up to here. I don't think this has power anymore. Like, here it has power. Here, I think it loses power. I'm wondering what that does to this block, though. Like, does that, like, split the block in half when the door comes back down on top of it? Does that, like, cut through it like a knife? Or... how does that work? Because otherwise I can't get this through here. I have a feeling there's, like, a knife mechanic happening here. Like I put this here, this cuts this thing in half. Then I can move, like, the lower half through here. And the upper half is kind of trapped in this area. I guess that's kind of what I'm thinking. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm delusional. But I really do think that there might be something like that happening here. Well, if I moved one of these pieces into here... well, I can't do that. I think we already established that. Can't quite reach there. This is so interesting. There's another wire that goes into a wall here that I don't really know what to do about. That is interesting. Okay, so there's this thing. If I power any of these, this will open, and that lets power through here. Okay. And if we got power here, this would be permanently on. Okay, so I think the cutting mechanic is correct. I think that you do actually... these are like knives. If I, like, put this in here, right? This is gonna cut off this piece, and they can move around freely through these tunnels separately. I really do think that that's what this mechanic is. If that's true, that's actually pretty cool. So I think we've got, like, a knife mechanic. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that that's correct for now. Because I don't really see anything else that would make sense. Like, this piece can only ever slide, like, up and down here. But I think as soon as this covers this power source, this loses power. And so, the only thing that makes sense is that we cut this piece off and this piece off, and they can travel through these tunnels. Now, why would I want that here? I don't really know. We don't really have power after that. Because this whole thing doesn't connect to anything. These don't have power yet. This could get power from up here in red zone. Okay, so red zone and purple zone seem to be linked to some degree. That's interesting. Okay, now I'm starting to understand. Oh, okay, I get it. So that's why we want this. We want these to use as knives to cut this piece up, so we can move this into here. Oh. Okay. I get it. So you're cut in half right now. So the top half. Let's make this a little bit clearer. The top half is in this region here. I'm gonna move it up against this door just so that we know that it's kind of waiting. And this piece down here is free to move around down here. We can move it through here actually because we have this open. Let me just go to this area. I can move this through here, and then we can get power to this, and then we can rejoin these pieces. So let's do that. Okay, so we got power through here, the door is open. Now we can move you through here, and power this. And that lets you through here. Okay, this is cool. This is really cool. Okay, so now we've lost power. That's okay. I'm gonna just put it there for now so we can still see the wiring. Alright, so I don't know if there's any way I can get power. Oh, okay, this is interesting. So can we get power to here is the question, and I think the answer is probably not right away. Like if I had like a pusher that could push all 4 of these blocks to the right, then totally we could make like a loop here and then we could like push it all over, but we can't do that. These pieces are stuck here because they can never exit this chamber. So yeah, these are our 4 pieces that we have for this specific little region here. And I think we can move this piece over here. Actually, these are identical. That's kind of interesting. So we can create a power loop, but we can't really store it. We can't really like move the whole loop like what we were doing in the orange area. I think we need to move this piece like over here maybe. And this corner piece can go here. Like the corner piece pretty much has to go there. So I'm gonna do that. And assuming that we still have those multi-push mechanics, we can just do something like this. Move you over here. So now we have power here. If I move you to the left one, you can get around. And then you can go there, but that's not really what we want. Okay, hang on. This is actually a lot more confusing than I thought it would be. Maybe I can't do this yet. No, but I should be able to, right? I feel like I need to get power. Somewhere. These pieces are kind of in the way of... I'm assuming these 2 pieces are going to be separate and they're going to just kind of like slide in here, sort of. I guess they don't really just go across though, because that's not connected that way. Like, I can move this piece here. Then what? Then I'm stuck. Wait, wait, this piece here, and then this corner piece up here, like... Wait, what if I did this? And then you go here, and then I don't have anything. I'm still stuck. Can I move this over here with the other small piece? And do anything useful? Because I'm just kind of assuming that these are just stuck here, but maybe they aren't. But then again, I don't see how else I would get them out of here. This distance is too far. How do I go anywhere? I'm stuck. Ah. I have to go from here to either here or here, I think. I really do think that's the goal. I just don't really know what to do with this. If I have this piece here... I can only go into one of these two pieces. I don't have enough pieces. Can I cut these somehow? Are these rotatable? Is there also a rotation mechanic here? Like, I think I understand that the main gimmick of this area is slicing. You can, like, cut things. Wait, is that what was going on up at the top left, too? Did I have an alternative to, like, slice? No, because there wasn't any, like, vertical piece. Okay, never mind. I don't know if I can do anything here. I think I might be stuck. Because, like, this piece can go here. It's the only piece... Well, I guess this piece could technically go here. But it's just not far enough to get power over here. Like, maybe if I put this whole thing all the way to the right. I could put this here. Sure, but then I need another one of these. If I could rotate this, we would be totally fine. That's what's making me think that there is some kind of rotation mechanic. I don't know. Like, if I could rotate this piece, I'd be able to get power through here. I just don't want to assume that I can just rotate things, though. You know? I don't think that that's I don't think that's like a safe assumption. Well, anyway, let's just cut this piece, because I know that this is what we need to do. You go into the cutter down here. Oops. Okay, well, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna assume that we've cut it. We'll move you into the middle here, so you're trapped forever. And now you two are separate, but you are stuck in the lower portion. You're down here. And you are stuck in the upper portion, so you're up here. Actually, let's move you over, I don't know, here, I guess, for now. That seems like a good place. I don't think I can bridge this gap. Actually, maybe while this is sliding, it will power across this gap, because there's nothing else that's really in this area, other than, I guess, this. But this is permanently open once that's on. Yeah, there's definitely something going on here. Actually, how do you get power here? Okay, so you need to get power from here. That's required. Yeah, because there's no way to get power into this area with this door closed. Okay, so I need to do red area first to continue here. Okay. Maybe something will become more clear later. If I do the red area first. So let me just do red, and then we'll come back to that. Okay, so you. I can either power you or you. We want to... Actually, I think I know what to do here. So we're gonna move this up first. You go there. You go up here. And that gives us power to this thing. We move you under the knife, like so. And then we cut you by moving this out of the way. Okay, this is going to get kind of ugly, isn't it? Maybe paint wasn't like the best tool for this. I'm gonna move this out of the way for now. You are split in half. With this half on this side, I can move it over here to get power there, and this half is on this side. I can move it up to here. There we go. Now we got power through here. This door is now open, and I think we're gonna leave it in that state permanently. So I'm going to actually mark that. This is open. And this part has opened up as well. Okay, so we can move this freely through this area. We can't go down here yet unless I move this back south. Okay, this is interesting. So this one is kind of large and in charge. How do I do anything here? We gotta move you north. Okay, fine. Okay, I guess the door is coming with us. Sorry. Sorry, door. You're coming with us. And I move you under the knife. Like this. Oh, wait, actually... No, that doesn't work, because we just lost power. Didn't we? I think we did just lose power. Right, because I assume that once the power source moves away from this thing, this just goes down immediately, so I don't have time to move this under the knife. Okay, that's interesting. But I don't really have another way to put, like, this piece under the knife or anything. I wonder if there's something else I might be missing still. Okay, I think this is teaching me that power stays on even though this piece is sliding. Because if this turned off, then we would never be able to power this. Like, this would just never happen. So the power doesn't update until the piece has fully slid into place. So if I move this north, like if it's halfway through here, this is not connected. So this should power off and cut off power here, but it doesn't. So I think that's what this is teaching me. I can actually move this safely up here. Now the power updates and it still has a way through here. So this doesn't cut off, and then we get power through here. At least that is my current assumption. So this is on, and this is up. There's only one place for this to go. Yeah, this feels like tutorial land almost. Down here. So this lets me keep this powered. Which then lets me move this into place. Yeah, okay, and this is a gap that's too far. So like, if I want to move just this piece straight here, without having moved this piece first, that wouldn't be enough to keep this powered, is what this is teaching me. I see. So this one is close enough that I can just move it from here to here and it retains power to this door. But for this one, there's a gap of one tile. So the moment you slide even one tile, the power updates. So yeah, these are both powered now. So this door is now permanently open. Which means that we could try and figure out how to go down here. Actually, what's more important is this door, though. This one's the one that we really want first. Because we can't cut this piece until we get it down here. So I really do need to solve this area. Oh, okay, I see what we need to do. This is clever. Okay, I get it. So this is actually using the multi-push behavior from the orange section. So we grab this piece, and we shove it up into here, and because we just learned that the power doesn't turn off until one turn, or like one space later from this section. What's gonna happen here is that when we multi-push this up, it's going to actually cut this piece here. Like this top piece is going to be here. This whole block can be moved up here. Okay, that's how that works. Got it. So I can actually safely move you up here as long as this was the piece that we grabbed and we pushed it all the way up to here. Yeah, these are cut. I'm gonna move this into place now, where it belongs, which is here. And this piece would have started here, so we're gonna slide it down to here. That seems good. Interestingly, there's like a wire going this way. I guess at some point we can move this into this spot. But for now, we're running power through here. Yeah, I don't think we can do that just yet. Or we could actually, no, we have power going through here. Yeah, we do have power going through here, so we could have put this here and gotten power here. Actually, I can do both of these. Let me do that. So we got power up here. And I think I want to get power running through the other place, so I'm going to move you here for now. And actually, we can just leave that there forever because we don't need to come back to this later. So now you're running power through here. Okay, cool. We have power through both of these now. Great, and that means that this is permanently open now, too, because there's nothing else in between there. That means this piece can go all the way through here. If we need it to, but we need to open this door first, so we're not going to move you just yet. We got power in here. Oh, this is interesting. I think this is trying to teach me something else new, probably. We need to cut this piece. So, you're powered. Oh, this is teaching me how to, like, cut power off. Okay, but yeah, if we move this piece through here, that's not gonna cut the power off because we learned about the one turn delay. Like, if this piece is halfway through, like here, even though it's technically cut off, it's not actually gonna cut off power. So yeah, this is still gonna keep power. We're gonna move this into here. And We have to block off both of these if we want to turn off this door. Yeah, that's what's going on here. So we're gonna put that there. And since this is actually on, let's put this under the knife right now. Yeah, we're gonna put you under the knife, don't worry. Yep, right there. Like that. So now that's underneath this knife. We can put this piece over there. And that cuts off... Well, that doesn't cut off power yet. We need to move this piece into place first to cut off power. Now that this is here, this guy is sliced in two, which means I can now put them here and here. We can swap their positions. So you can go here. But this door needs to be raised again. An easy way to do that would be just to move this back out of here. That the door raises. Let me do this. There we go. Wires back. And power is going through here. We don't need to touch this anymore now that we've done our cuts, so I'll just put that there. And you can go through here. There we go. Now we got power running through here. Okay, and now we want to... Oh, so this is gonna help us cut these, I see. Got it. So this is interesting because we only get these vertical cuts. Interesting. So I can do like a cut here, but that doesn't separate the piece. So I have to do a cut on the other side to fully cut this. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I think we're going to move the entire piece up here. Yeah, we're just gonna move this piece over there. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Along with this piece. The other side of the knife. We're going to use this piece to cut it. Like so. So that's cut in half. Or like not in half. These two pieces are still joined. Then we're just going to do the exact same thing. Down on the bottom. We move, I guess we'll just move this whole thing down here. And then we'll move this piece here. And now we have two halves. So with the two halves, I can just do something like this. Move that piece into place first, and then we'll move this piece after. Whoa. Right here. There we go. Yeah, those two pieces are in place. And that lets us get all the way in here. We can finally start cutting up this big piece. Okay, and we probably don't want to do this permanently. I'm gonna cut this piece next. Okay, so let's imagine we slid this thing over one space to the right. We cut it by moving this out of the way, and then we move it back into place to power this. Now we have this piece here, and we kind of shove it into the corner. We can actually just keep trimming this, can't we? We actually do want to keep trimming this. So we're gonna do the same thing. So we move this piece into here. We move this piece out of the way. We cut this off so that it just sits in here. We move this big piece back over to the left, and then we move this piece back in here so that we are powered, and now we can just shove this out of the way over here. We're just going to repeat that process a whole bunch. Just try and fill the space here. Okay, now we can't do that. Actually, I might have... Oh, wait, maybe I should have actually gone through the steps of doing that. I just realized that. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here. Maybe there's not enough space. If I do this... like that. There's enough room to do this. Ah, okay. So there's actually a very specific configuration I need. So if I do this and then move this in here. Yeah, that only works for one of these pieces. The other piece has to go here because of this gap. So I can do another cut if I move that whole piece here. And then I can move this back to the left. Sure. That's like my last cut I'm able to make. But maybe that's okay. Maybe we just leave this piece here. Actually, yeah, we can leave this piece here. We don't need to do another horizontal cut, at least for now. So you can slide into here. You're ready for the next cut. Alongside this, so this will go here. There we go. So yeah, you're ready for getting cut. Actually, there is an extra space here now, but we couldn't access that. Right, because if we want to push this here first before we slide down, then yeah, we can't have a square here. Got it. Okay, so this is fine. This is okay. Just trying to keep all the Sokoban rules in my head here. Right, this is powered permanently. Let me just mark this one. That one's done. I want to grab you out of here now. We're going to take you back to here before we move you back to where you belong. You come back down here. Okay. And that lets us go all the way to here, which we don't quite have power for. But if I did have power for that, I would start moving this. Okay, so how does this work? Okay, this is very interesting. This is a bonus puzzle. Okay, I think this is a bonus puzzle. It has the same format as the other bonus puzzles. So if we cut off power at any point to this thing, then this is hooked. Got it. I don't want to do that. Ooh, this is kind of an interesting little mechanism here. Oh, this is funny. So we're gonna use this as like a knife. Why do we have these here though? Oh, I see. Because if we power this, we're gonna get power loops, and then it's gonna stay on. So the trick is, how do you turn it off? You have to move these pieces into place to block. Okay, I see. That's funny. Clever, clever, clever little puzzle. Okay, let's do this one first, because I think we have to. I think we... Well, actually, no, we need to go through this area first. Let's look at that later. I'm getting distracted. I'm just trying to figure out how to get through here. Oh, this is funny. So we need to navigate this little, like, maze to get here without cutting off power here. Okay, let's do this. This looks cool. Hold down a little. Okay, so we have power here. We still have power here. If I move here, we still have power. If I moved here, we would lose power, and then we would completely lose power. So no, we can't move there. We can move here, and that's safe. We can move here, and this is safe. We move here, and that's safe. Up here is safe, because now the wire is unimpeded. We get power back up through here. And now we have power here. Okay, so this has power. We don't need to do any cutting, so this can just be permanently on. I'm gonna move you into place since we don't really need to worry too much about you. You just go here. This area is super cool, by the way. I just want to say, this is... Yeah, I can see why I was recommended to come to this area first. This is cool. Let's see. How do I guess I can move this piece up here. Because this is going to be permanently on. Oh, but then, yeah, if I move this here without moving these guys, we lose power. I see. So I need to maintain power. By pushing this up once, I think. And then I can use this to multi-push north. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you go here. We already established that multi-push applies. So I can take the lower piece, push up, go here. And then we can just kind of slowly ladder our way all the way up. This is cool. Neat. We'll come up here. Then we repeat. Okay, are there any problems as we approach the door? So far I'm not seeing any. I think this is fine. Okay, yeah, I think we can just continue doing this. Okay, well, maybe not here. Maybe not at this point. Because if I move this up, the power is going to get cut off. So I think what we actually want to do here... Oh, okay, this is kind of cool. So we're going to take this guy, we're going to move him under the door, and now the door's going to shut behind us. But then if we put it here, we can raise the door and then get these pieces back where we want them. So I'm going to put you... You're coming with me. You're going up here. And then I'm going to take you, since you're on the other side of the door already, and you're just going to come over here and... Or that. And this guy gets left behind. Sorry. You're not coming with us. You're not cool enough. Then you all get over here. So. Yeah, now we have power here. There we go. Now we can finish slicing and dicing this boy. Oh, I realized I actually moved this too early. That was actually an illegal move. I wasn't able to do that. So technically this piece should still be up here. But it's about to go down here the moment I put this guy down here. Yeah, we're gonna come down here. Now we can enter this state that we're in. So earlier it was just like this. Now I move you down here, move you back out of the way, this piece gets cut off, and we can just do this dance. So I think what I want to do is put you back in the corner where you began. And then you can get out of the way. And because this is shorter, we should be able to just slide right in. Yeah, this is actually shorter now. Like, this whole piece fits underneath if I slide down first, like that. Yeah, that's cool. So we're just gonna do another slice there. So you're here. We have like an L block, like sitting here now. We'll move the L block back there. I'll put this up into the corner. Okay, now we have enough room to get this piece back out. Oh, this is silly. So I need to move this block all the way back around. Move it all the way back around over here. Power this so that we can free this guy. Because we need to do another horizontal slice. And then we're going to take you. We're going to slide you... Oh, wait, actually, we can't slide you in there because this piece is here. So you need to get out of the way. How about you sit here? And now the L piece can go safely in here. Then we can move this off to cut this piece off. This piece will be sitting there. We'll power it back up. Then we'll move this 3 high piece over back into the corner. And then we'll put you here. Why not? You can sit down here once I move this back. You're gonna come around. Do your little slide through here. I don't know why I insist on like actually dragging the piece around. I feel like the more shortcuts you take, the harder it is to be sure that you're actually solving stuff correctly. Well, I kind of try to avoid it. Okay, so we can move this piece down here, and then we can cut it. So you're just gonna be sitting here, and then we'll just put you here. At this point, it's pretty trivial. We cut off the rest of these pieces. Yeah, you can go there. We just dance this back and forth. And you get to go all the way here. There we go. Perfect. So now we have power going through a whole bunch of different places. We got power going... Oh wait, do these just connect to each other? Is that what I'm seeing? Like this goes... here. This joins with this. So this just kind of creates a little loop here. Okay, interesting. We've got power going to here. Alright, we solved this section. Is there anything else over here? No. So this is the end of that part of the red section. I think this is teaching us about the part that I learned about in the purple area, where you can like use the piece to cut itself. So yeah, you get power into this loop, this loopy boy here. We're gonna put white here to mark that there's power in the loop. And actually, why do we want to cut this? Is there a reason why we should cut this? I guess to get power into the wall here. I mean, we can do that. Sure, why not? Yeah, we have power here right now. We move it down, and then it just cuts itself. Oh, but then that cuts power to the wall. I see. So actually we lose power. So it looks like it's gonna power the wall here, but actually it can't because it's getting sliced here. Okay. So actually this doesn't do anything? Yeah, this doesn't actually do anything. That just slices itself. It's sliced here, and then we have two pieces. We have this one, which can move around in this little box, and then we have this one that's trapped on the other side forever. I don't know if we want that, though. Like, do we really want to just, like, trap this corner piece in there? I mean, I'm gonna do it, because I can. Alright, you get to sit here forever. This piece can live where it originally started. I don't know. Because I can't ever move this past here now. This door is closed. And this piece can't ever connect back over. So I'm just going to be okay with that. This is connected but not powered, by the way. I just don't really know why I would do this, though. We'll leave it for now. It seems like the most logical thing to do. What is this? Okay, we need to power this. Apparently this is a puzzle. I don't know how this is a puzzle. I'm not gonna be, Wait, what? Wait, there's a rule that I must be missing. Because my thought is that if I move this over just one space, that should power everything, including this door. But why would I ever want to move this down here? And what's the problem? Because this is permanently on. This is a loop. Okay, you know, I'm going to solve this one first, because this one I actually think I know how to solve. We're going to move you into place. You can just sit there. Now we've got power, like, everywhere here. And we need to block power. Ooh, actually, we do need to move this back at some point. Because this is a direct line to this door, but we need to be able to cut off power here. So we need power in one of these loops. But we need to have control over it. So we can just, like, flash it on and off. Either that or we just cut off power at all of these points somehow, which I don't think we can. Okay, but these are loops as well. So if I put, like, pieces here, 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 and down there, that's not going to be enough. Because these are loops. I can put a piece here, actually. I'll cut that loop. Oh, but these loops exist still, too. Okay, we only have 6 blocks to do this with. How are we supposed to cut off power here? Like, I think I can move... Oh wow, this is actually really tricky. If I put a piece here, here, and here, that's 3 pieces to contain power to, like, this area. Oh, this is very stateful. Okay. Let's put pieces here, 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 here. We've blocked off all 4 of these. And this one. We could do here and here. That would still put power into this section here. We'd have these 4 loops. That wouldn't be enough to cut off power entirely. Because if we put a piece here, or if we move this piece here, then that power from this section goes back up here and then it creates a loop here. The only way to cut this loop off would be to put a piece here. Oh, and this is also a really big loop. I just realized. I don't have enough pieces to do this, I think. Like, how do I contain this? Oh, I just understood what the problem is with this one! The problem is these things are gonna hold power in the loops. Oh, we don't want that. Okay, got it. Because yeah, there's no way one piece can ever... Like, once we move this to the left, this thing gets entirely powered and then we can never turn it off because there's loops like everywhere and one piece can't possibly like play whack-a-mole with that many loops. Okay, I get it. This is actually really interesting. So we actually want to move this piece through here without ever letting the left edge connect to any of these right edge pieces. So I can move it like here safely, here safely. If I move south, I'm done. We're donezo. If we move left, we're donezo. If we move here, we're safe. Here is safe. Here is safe. Oh, this is funny. Here is safe. If I move south, we're not actually that safe. But no, we are actually safe because this is not a loop. We could move through here. Oh, but then once we get here, that powers all this stuff. So no, this is not a valid way to go. But we're still here. So we go here, 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 here. I can go here safely. That's not a loop. I go down here. That's not a loop. Here, and then I can go down here. And then we... Okay, this is actually really clever. I like that. That's cool. That powers this. And we can move it on and off to just toggle the state of this door. Okay, so this may have been a mistake. Maybe I didn't want to do this immediately. But I also don't really know how else I was supposed to prevent... Or, I don't know, I do want to finish Red Zone first. Actually, no, this is not going to give us power. Because I have to finish this first to get power. So yeah, we do need to finish this first to get to the power to the purple zone. I still don't know what this is, but I did it. Yeah. How do I get power out of here, though? I can, like, block these, I guess. There's only so many things I can block, though, is the problem. I just don't really... I don't really see where, like, the really critical points are. Because, like, if I block this, 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 and this, and this, and this, or something like that. If I take these, like, line segment pieces out, there's plenty of loops still. So I don't really like that. Maybe be able to cut off all the loops. But I don't have enough pieces to do that. Like, unless there's a way to, like... Yeah, I don't know. This is really confusing. Like, if I had pieces here, 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 and here, and here. If I connect this, then I only have power to this grid here. Yeah, it's blocked here. Like, these connections have power. But the only loops are these 4 loops. I could disconnect power at that point, and these 4 loops will still power this. At that point, I guess I can move my pieces to try to squash that. Let's just try that for now. Okay, so I'm gonna move this piece back. You're gonna go back. I think it was a mistake to move you to begin with. You're gonna sit here. You're gonna sit here. You'll sit here. Whoops. Out of the way. We'll put you here. That goes there. And this goes here. Okay, so now we have power in this area once we move this piece over. So I'm gonna move this piece over, put the power here, move this piece back. So this is now powered. I'm gonna actually move this piece into position. So how's that gonna look? I guess I'll take you. Put you here. And then you can sit above the door, like so. You will sit below the door, other side. This. Okay, so this piece has been moved into place. These are both on. We need to cut off power to both of them, so we can do our cuts. And I think those are the only cuts we can make, so I'm gonna actually do this cut first. So you're now cut. This piece is free. I can move it wherever it needs to go, and I'm going to choose to move it right over here. So now we need to cut this piece. And I think the way that we have to do that is, so like this is all powered and is going through here as well. So like there's energy going through here and here and here. And here and here. But there's no power here, there's no power here. We can avoid having a loop by doing this. I think if we move you inward, like so, we have a wire still here. This is going to be powered because of these loops. But we've cut off one loop, so this loop is gone. The moment we move any of these pieces, though, we're gonna get another loop. I think. Which is a problem. Because there's still power going through here. I need to be able to, like, squash this loop. Or these two loops. We don't want a loop being formed here, though. So the moment I move this, this is gonna power this loop. That's a problem. If I move this piece, though, there shouldn't be a loop here. I'm gonna move you. Okay, so that cuts the loops down to just these two. We have two loops. If I move this here, we're going to get a loop here, so that will be a problem. Actually, is it a problem though if we have a loop here? We can always squish that loop later, I think. Because there's no loops here anymore, so these will get cut off eventually. I want to move this piece, I think, because this one is the most free of all these pieces here. So I think... Actually, I can move it. I can move it now. I don't have to move this out of the way. I forgot that these pieces actually have spaces in between them. So yeah, you move, and there's actually no loop being created here at all when I do that. So I can actually move this here. And I think that cuts off all the loops. Because now these two loops are no more. This is completely cut off from everything. This is cut off. Yeah, there are no more loops. We did it. We got rid of all the loops. Okay, cool. It's gonna refill the black lines here. Oops, this is a T. There we go. So this cuts this off, which means we can now safely move this piece into here. And then we move this over here. Cool. Alright, we are now almost done. So, wow, there's like a whole bunch of power sources here. I'm not really sure why there's all this extra stuff. We need to move this into here. I'm gonna move you under the knife. You're gonna go here. You're gonna go under there. Well, you're gonna be on the left side of that knife. And we need to lower the door. So I need to be able to put this in such a way that it blocks the power here. But I actually can't do that, can I? Or can I? Okay, so if I move this here, this is still powered because of this guy. If I move this here, it's gonna be powered because of this guy. Wait, how do I cut off power here? Oh, this is interesting. Actually, I have no idea. Oh wait, if I squish you, right? You lose power if I cut off power to you. I think. I'm pretty sure that that's how that would work, right? So if I slide the block on top of this guy, he's actually unpowered now. And then I just keep sliding along here. until I reach here, then there should be no more power at all. Because this guy's not powered, and then this will go through here, and then this will cut off. I'm pretty sure that's how that would work. Because I don't see how else it would work. Because if I just slid it here, then yeah, this is still powered, it's going to just go through there. And if I slid down here, because this is powered, this will still be powered. And it'll just flow through here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is teaching me that if I cover a power source like this, like a loop, the loop gets cut. Like the power no longer goes to that loop. So now it's a black loop. I'm even gonna mark that. This is now a black loop. This line is all blackened as well. So this is cut. Which allows us to take power here. So that gives us power in the little donut. And then we can bring the power all the way down here. Oops, not like that. Yeah, let's go. Look at that. We have power down here now, and we can move power from here to here, I guess. Actually, yeah, I have two pieces. I could move both of these pieces in here. Except, I only have the two pieces. Yeah, I only have these two pieces. Wait, how does this work? So I guess while this one is traveling across here, I guess I can somehow transfer power? Because, yes, I could move both pieces in here, but that wouldn't do anything because it would just end up getting stuck here, and there's no way to join this unless I have both pieces here. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. The only thing I can do is have one piece here, move it across, and it'll just, I guess, transfer the power. It's kind of interesting. Is this the first time we actually see the power lines go halfway through a tile? No, we see it here. Actually, no, wait. No, this is the first time we see the power lines go halfway through a tile. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, you can, I guess, move it halfway through a tile and still keep power. Interesting. So that's a way to like transfer power. Huh. Okay, that sounds like a very important mechanic. Alright, so you move from here to here. Does this mean that we can have tiles on like half tiles? Is that what this is saying? Because, like, how else would that work? Because this can only ever sit in one of these two positions, right? That would not be enough to bridge the gap. So yeah, I guess you can just sit them on half tiles is what this is telling me. So you actually don't have to move them fully across like that. Oh, can you move out of the way, please? Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Yeah, if I set this here, halfway between, then I can join the power to this thing. Okay, so this is teaching me something new. You can actually sit tiles halfway between spaces. And that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna get power over here. Well, that might be like a in motion sort of thing, but no, it's just you can just put it between and it's okay. I wonder how that's going to get used. Okay, so now we have power here in this little loop. There's power here. We need to power this in order to get power out of this area. So if I make a bridge from here to here, then we get power to all of these. And then I can just slide these over, I guess? How's that going to work? Because I can only move one piece at a time. We can do like multi-push shenanigans, I guess. That would work, probably. Move this over here. Okay, so we have power to the door. I need to get power here, though. I can't move both of these at the same time. If I could move both at the same time, we'd be fine. I think I need to... Well, I don't know. I have no idea what I can do here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this what I think it is? Because if that's true, then that changes a lot. Can I multi-grab this because it was part of one piece before? So maybe it's not you can put them halfway through. Maybe it's if you grab this piece and you try to slide it down, then both pieces move at the same time. Maybe this is like the pieces move simultaneously because they were part of a whole. Is that what this is? Because that's really confusing to keep in my head. That might be a little bit much. I don't want to jump to conclusions, though. That might be what this mechanic is. Does that make sense? Like, is there a multi-grab with this? Like, does that let you just move both pieces at the same time? That feels really weird to me. But like, how else would you ever solve this? Like, the only thing I can think of is you could grab both of these and move them to the right so that the power keeps going through here until you carry power all the way here. Like, you'd have to be able to multi-grab both of these. I don't see another way to do this. Because the second that I move one of these pieces here or here, it's just going to cut off power from here, which means that this is going to cut off, which means that we don't have any more power. Oh. Right? Like, I think that's what this is. Do I check the hints folder? I need to take a hint for this one. Well, I moved all these pieces around just kind of thinking like, oh yeah, you can just move them individually, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe there's an aspect of like, everything moves at once because they're parts of like a whole. Maybe this is the multi-grab area or something. Maybe the colors actually matter. I don't feel like the colors matter. Well, that would make sense, right? If these two pieces were together, right? If they could be put together and moved together because they were two halves of a whole, then we could loop, and then we could push the whole loop over to this side. So is it the case that every time I've made a cut, I was actually secretly playing like a mimic puzzle where I had to like move all the pieces at once? Because that's crazy if that's true. That kind of recontextualizes this entire like red area as well. Because like, was this legal? Or are you just allowed to re-glue pieces together when they are... Like, what is the actual rule here? Because I think the rule is that you can move pieces together, like, in tandem if they were parts of a whole. Yeah, these move together over here. And then this gets stuck here as you move this piece left. You move up here, and then you move left twice. Oh, I guess you could like separate them out by moving down. And then you can shuffle them back to the right. Yeah, and then you can realign these like here and here, and then you could push them into place here and here. This is like a mimic puzzle area, I think. It's the only thing that makes sense at this point to me. Like, let's say I had these two pieces up here. I could totally move them over here. Yeah, so I'd have these two pieces here, I'd move them up into the center here. And then I'd move them up once more to bridge this gap. And you would just be able to barely get power here. I think that's how this works. Like, if they move a full tile, the power doesn't transfer, but if you just barely have enough space, if you have it sitting here and here, they move like from this space sliding up to here. I think that's able to transfer power. Like that has to be it. This has to be the mechanic. Okay, so I might need to like redo parts of this. With leverage in mind. And I guess this area too, huh? Let me just verify. Is it possible to solve all of this stuff? These were never cut to begin with. That's fine. This piece, I think, was relatively trivial to, like, move this piece up here, move this to the right, move this, yeah, and then just keep doing those cuts. Oh, I had no idea that the pieces would all move together. Or at least try to move together if you grab them like that. Like, I think this one's pretty trivial to solve that way. Because you have so much space here. But like, all these pieces are going to move down once this starts moving down, right? Like, how does that work? Okay, maybe I was supposed to do purple first. It's kind of confusing because, like, purple doesn't get power until red is finished. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna need to look at the hints. Just to make sure that I haven't done something wrong. Hold on. Okay, so this is, according to the hints, this is the mycology lab, bottom right. And there's there's pictures here. Okay. Well, I'm just kind of staring at some pictures. Uh-huh. And then that piece gets selected, yes. Yeah, and then we move it south, and then it gets cut into two pieces. And they're both selected. Oh. So the selection gets cut too. And then they move together. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's worrying. So, what happens with the hedge maze then? So hedge maze is the red area, according to the hints. Okay, like, I know that. That's not anything special. Okay, this is the splitting mechanic here. Oh, okay, I see. I understand now. So, the selection only gets split if the block that you've currently selected splits itself. So if you have another block that you have to select first that moves off of the power and lowers the door and cuts the piece, then the cut happens on the unselected piece, and then you have two different selections and they don't move together. I see. Right, and I know about the moving one space before power cuts off. Okay, I think I understand. Okay, so I did understand mycology lab correctly. The problem... Okay, I guess if we look at hedge maze, there aren't any places where you have to select. Or where something cuts itself. Except for here. Here's the only place where it cuts itself. So this one goes down here, cuts itself. And so these are both selected still. Interesting. So when you select this piece and you cut it here, this one can't move though. It's kind of locked in place, but this one can still move around because they're both selected at the same time. That doesn't happen anywhere else because the cutting is happening from a different piece entirely. So if something cuts itself, then you have like a sort of mimic puzzle sort of thing going on. So for example, this one, when I moved the piece here and then I moved this to cut it, I had this piece selected, and so this door cuts this and raises, but this doesn't create like a multi-select. Like this one, same thing. And once I do both cuts, there's no multi-selection here because this is the piece that's currently selected. Okay, I see. And this one was a multi-push, but also these are just two different pieces. This one, does this one cut itself? I think it does actually cut itself, doesn't it? Because there's a door here. This was down here. Hey, welcome! We've had a pretty active chat today. Yeah, this piece was... I don't remember what this piece looked like. I think this piece was on top, actually. Yeah, this was on top of this. We pushed this up with a multi-push. And that caused this to cut itself. Interesting. So technically this is a case where we were able to move more than one piece at once. But this is actually pretty trivial to push into place, I think. Because if this piece was up here, and this was down there, we just move right twice. Move down twice, move right twice. This would stay in place, and then we get power here. Move left twice. Actually, no, we have to move left 3 times. So this corner piece would be in here. This piece, the pipe piece, would be down here. Move up 1, 2, 3 times. Move right once. Move down 1, 2, 3 times to get this corner piece here. Move left twice to put this here, and then move right twice to put this piece here. Which means that this piece actually isn't here, technically. This piece actually would have been here. Okay, interesting. But it doesn't really matter that much in this particular case. Wow. Yeah, this one was being cut by a different piece, so this is not multi-move. This one was being cut by a different piece, this is not multi-move. These were kind of standalone, they were all separate. This is a bonus puzzle I haven't done yet. This was being cut by 2 different things, so this is not multi-move. This is just single tiles, that's not multi-move. Yeah, this was cut separately. So this was multi-move, but this piece is stuck, so it doesn't matter. This one was multi-move, but it was trivial to solve anyway. So that also didn't matter. This one wasn't multi-move. This wasn't multi-move. Okay, just trying to verify everything. Make sure that I understood it all correctly. Okay, so I see how this should have worked. So these would have been moving together to like here, right? This would have been here, this would have been here. And these would have both moved at the same time to the left and then down, and that would have transferred power to here. Then we'd move them both back up, and then to the left to power this. And then we'd have to do a little bit of funny mimic movement to get this to line up. So we'd have to like push up here, Actually, this is actually pretty easy to do. You'd push up once and then push right once, and then they'd be misaligned, and then you just move left 1, 2, 3 spaces with both of them, and then you end up here. So, assuming that we are able to do all that, let's just say that we're here. This is what happens when you jump ahead. This is I didn't know that purple was ahead though, because we traveled through purple in the main hub. I was like, oh, if we travel through the purple area before we hit red, maybe we're supposed to do purple first, but no. So now I can multi-move you two into this space. So I just go like left twice and then mash up like a whole bunch. Now these two are together. They're up against this door. Like this. And now I can drag them together. Over here. I'm guessing if you at any point deselect the piece, you lose the multi-drag. So we have to do all of this with only multi-movement. Which is why we have these channels here. Because we can't just like select this piece and move it around. We have to actually use these two pieces to push these pieces out of the way. I think. Actually, that might not be true because I would never be able to move these. But maybe I actually had to move these first. These needed to be moved like here and like here. And then we needed to do the cut. We need to do this cut. Okay, so this cut had to happen after I had already moved this. Oh, this is so interesting. Okay, you go here. You go here. These pieces don't actually do anything as far as I know. They're just here to get in the way. And then I did find out the mechanic for purple. I realized it when I was here, and I was like, how do I move this and keep power? And then I was like, oh no. Because then I was like, I understand that this means that I have to have a multi-grab mechanic. But I didn't understand exactly how the multi-grab worked, because I was just like, okay, so we have like mimic movement now with this. But doesn't that affect literally all of these red puzzles that I just did? So I looked at the hints to see like how that actually worked to make sure that I didn't just completely like screw up this puzzle. But it turns out that selection or like multi-selection only works if the piece cuts itself. So we're fine. Yeah, I know it's not really multi-grab. It's you're grabbing one piece, but then you cut it. So the piece cuts itself, and then the selection gets cut into like multiple pieces. And then you can move multiple pieces at once. But yeah, it's not technically multi-grab. So I had to move these. I had to move these two pieces first. And then I had to do all of this stuff here. I had to move this piece down here, do the cuts, and then slide these two pieces over to bridge this gap, and then slide them over to bridge this, and then do the shuffle, the mimic shuffle to get these here. Then I had to come here, get power through here to open this door and let power through all these, and then I can go through, I move this here, power stays, etc, 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 all the way until here. So this gives us power here. That lets us move through here. Did you find the other thing? What other thing? About how, like, power doesn't dissipate until you've moved, like, a full tile. Or, like, the power state doesn't update until you move a full tile. Because I learned that in in this area, I think. Or no, not this area, the one to the left of it, this one. Like this one you can move from here to here and it retains power, even though it's technically disconnected while it's still sliding. But this one, you can't just move it from here to here because there's a space in between. So if I move this from here to here, the power gets cut. And if I move this from here to here, then this goes through. Oh, the main thing in purple, aside from multi-select, is this thing. If you're sliding this block south and this block south at the same time, the power somehow jumps from here to here and through here while it's still sliding halfway through. So while it's in motion, it's able to still transfer power there. And like, we need to do that here as well. So we're gonna have it like halfway between. It's gonna be on like half tiles, and then we're gonna have to move it up to like barely bring the power over here. What do you mean, nope? Something else? Okay, I don't know what else there is to learn about this. Anyway, we're just gonna continue. So I need to actually move these pieces out of the way. Wait, how am I going to do that? Think about off-grid. Is it that you can actually just sit pieces halfway between? Are you actually allowed to just sit these pieces halfway between tiles? Is that really how it works? So I can actually sit a piece like halfway here and halfway here, and that's okay. But the problem with this is that these are still these are still joined. They're still part of this whole block. So I still need to do like mimic movement to get this into place here. And how do I get these like across? No, we're not playing ultra death metal music. Not just halfway. I don't know what that means. I don't know what to do about these two pieces. These pieces are just like extremely in the way. Yeah, I was looking at the hints for the canonical rules. I feel like I haven't misunderstood any rules yet, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm just kind of playing the game blind. Like I figured that I bungled this. I definitely bungled this. We're gonna come back to that later, though. Alright, that's fine. Like, I can move this piece up here, but... I have to assume that... Oh wait, I have multi-push still. I don't need multi-select once I'm in here. I just realized. Okay, hang on. Yeah, no, we're fine. We can still multi-push. So I need to get these two pieces in there. We're just gonna move them like this. Right, I forgot that multi-push was a thing. I can move this piece to the right. But actually, I don't think I want to. I want to move this one to the left. So this goes here. I push everything north. So that means these both end up here. And then I may just shove everything to the right. Okay, there we go. I can move you... Oh, wait. I think I may have just gotten myself stuck, haven't I? Wait, how am I supposed to get this here? Oh, wait. We need to... Okay. Alright, I understand. I didn't need to do this yet. We didn't need to keep this multi-selected. What we could do is we can just deselect these now, move these around. We lose the multi-select, but that's okay. Where were these? Actually, no, I think I do want to move you at least. You can go in there. Yeah, you can go in there. You can go in here. Or no. Actually, no, you should go down. Yeah, you need to go down. Okay, you go down. Get out of the way. You move around here. So now we have these two in place. And I can move this up, I think, into here. There's only one set of rules that they said for the purple zone. So if there's another mechanic here, then it wasn't really made that clear. Maybe I was taught in a different zone. Yeah, I feel like now I should be able to move, because there's like a half wire. Like here and down here. I feel like I should be able to move like from here to here, and that should be able to power it. And because we have multi-push, like I can select the top piece, move it down to here, and then move... Or actually, yeah, I can just move it down to here, and then move the bottom piece up. I feel like that might be enough to do it. That's my guess. I think we gotta move it up to like here. Because there's no other way to get power through here, as far as I can tell. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But I can't even do that because I don't have this stuff in place yet. Which doesn't make a lot of sense to me now that I think about it. I think I may have done something wrong here, actually. Wait, we don't get power from here. We're getting power across here, from here to here. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm not even paying attention to the wiring anymore. Okay, hang on. Okay, so how did this start? I remember we had like these two pieces connected to each other. If I kind of look very closely, I think this piece was on top of this piece. Yeah, these two pieces were connected together. Yeah, this piece is connected to this piece. And I sliced them at some point. This was kind of like... Yeah, I think this piece... Oh, okay. This one was on top. This was the one that was trapped in this zone. This piece was free. We moved it through here. All the way to here. And then we got to here. And then we opened this door. So this piece is actually still tied to this piece, I think. Actually, no, they aren't, because I... Right, because I selected this piece in between to move it from here to here. So I deselected those, these two pieces. Oh. Does that mean that I'm stuck? I think I might need to redo this section. I think I need to redo it. Because, yeah, there were two pieces here. I think, yeah, I think this needs to be redone. Let me redo this. I'm gonna put this back where it was to begin with. So this was here. This piece was... I think it was, like... here. Yeah, let's put it there for now. Yeah, because these pieces were glued together here and here. I think I need to do it in one selection. Actually, let's just leave these down here then. I'm gonna have to reference the original image to be sure that I did this correctly. Let me go check. Original image. Yep, that's correct. So... we need to move these pieces under the knife. This piece was, I think, down here. This piece was down here. Move that back. Put you back where you belong. Down here. If I do the multi-slice... Or sorry, if I slice this block in half, this top half gets stuck in this region here. The lower half is free to move, but it can only act as like a pusher because I need to keep this selected. We can't deselect anything. So I want to move through here. I'll push this to the left, I guess. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. How do I want to do this? I guess I push you north? And then I push this west? Then I don't have any room to get around it. Yeah, maybe I can push this. I want to push this like up here. I'm assuming that if the moment I deselect this, I lose the multi-select of these two blocks. Which I don't want, I think. So this seems like a Sokoban puzzle of sorts, where I have to like actually push the blocks. But I can't get this off the wall. Or maybe that's... No, that I do need to have this multi-selected because we need to be able to push both of these at the same time. We need both this and this to be selected so we can push this all the way to the right. I might be misunderstanding the rules though. Maybe once multi-select, always a multi-select anytime you select that block if it cuts itself. That doesn't really make a ton of sense to me though, considering what happens in the red section. So I feel like I do need to just like Sokoban this. I just don't know how. Because if I push this left, I don't have access to push this north anymore. If I push this north first, I can get around this and push it all the way up north, but then I don't have access to push this all the way back to the south. I don't know, this seems impossible? Because I can't, like, push this into the right-hand channel either. So I guess maybe deselection doesn't work the way I think, or maybe there's another way to do this that I'm not thinking about. Like, can I push this in any way up into here using this block? I don't want to put this in the corner. Oh wait, yes there is. Okay. Hold on. So we push this to the left. Actually no, first we push this up. This guy gets pushed upwards to here. So our block came through here and it went and pushed this up. We push this to the left. We come around to this side. We push this guy left. Then we come around here. We push him up. And then we can push to the right. Now we have enough space to push this back south. So I can do that. There we go. And now I can come back around and push this into place. Okay, so this game has some like real like Sokoban stuff. Okay, that's cool. I didn't actually expect that. Because yeah, I can't deselect this until I'm done. Okay, so now I come down here, power this, right? Now we have access to this thing. We move south, we join these two together, and then we move north up to here. We get this power in a loop. And then I think we're done. Yeah, I think this area is finished, because then we can just move all of this. Oops, not like that. We move this entire thing over to the right. Yeah, so we get power into the loop, and then we push all the way to the right, and we're done. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna say this one is powered now. Okay, so we've powered another heart. There was this whole thing. I don't know what this is for. I assume that I did this correctly. So like by deselecting these, I was able to move them around each other. And I'm guessing there's a mechanic that lets me like somehow transfer power from here to here by just like moving these two across. Because like I don't see how this could ever be useful for anything. Like I wonder why this is here, but I just don't understand why that's there. Okay, so I think that's like everything. Yeah, we've done. So we finished the orange section minus like this thing. I think I might understand the rules a little bit better, maybe, to deal with that, but I'm not sure. I have not done the blue area. I haven't done any of the bonus puzzles, but I think I've done red in its entirety. I've done practically all of purple, I would say. And yeah, I've done yellow. I've done... Actually, there were like 2 yellow hearts, weren't there? And I did the green area. Yeah. So I think... Yeah, all we have left is blue. And I heard this area got reworked. So... we can start on this, but I think... Actually, I want to look at the updated... I'll look at the updated version of this. I might have to open that instead. But I'm actually kind of running out of time for the day too, now that I think about it. I'm looking at the clock here. Oh boy. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna have to leave this for next time. I'll try to update my version for next time. No, I haven't done blue yet. The developer came in here, or one of the developers came in here and told me that this area has been updated, and I have an outdated version, so I need to go and download that. But yeah, I haven't done blue yet, and I do need to go. So I think this is where we're gonna have to call it for today. We'll be back with more 0Player probably sometime next week. I don't really have any more time this week to play this. Sunday we'll be doing some more Leaf's Odyssey. I'm going to be playing the new, what's it called, Lonely Pit world that just released like a couple days ago. There's like 92 rooms. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming that on Sunday at the regular time. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. So thanks everyone for stopping by and watching. If you like the streams, yeah, go ahead. Feel free to give them a like or something. I don't know. Yeah, we'll be back on Sunday.